Right, so this video is going to talk about, the series of videos is going to talk about starting the MITK development so what I'm going to do is just go through the instructions that are mentioned or the information that is mentioned on the website of MITK and try to explain it to myself and um, yeah, so this is supposed to be something that might help someone else also who is trying to start working with MITK so that it's easier every time. For me at least, it's easier when someone says it and I don't have to read it, or at least it complements the reading in some way. So but anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with this introductory page which says this introduction will acquaint you with the most important workflows to get started with the MITK development. And first we'll do the architecture of MITK to see the differences between the application and the toolkit, and then setting up MITK, and we'll go through the other steps. But right now let's go to the architecture of MITK, and that is here, which comes by clicking here. And MITK is an open source software toolkit for medical image processing. It is designed with the aim of providing a modular reusable code. Okay, fine. So now this is what I think is interesting for me. It says that MITK is designed to be used either as a pure software library or as a complete application framework. Okay, so if you want to use it as a complete application or if okay, let's start. If you want to use it as a pure software library, then it's just that it's a set of functions, right? And you can call any of those functions from your code and give it the arguments that the function needs, and the function will do its thing and it will give out a certain output, right? So you can implement an own application by using MITK as a software library, right? Just a collection of functions, or we can use it as a complete application framework where I think what it means is that on top of these functions that you have, you also have this GUI where you can interact with things and so on. So I think this diagram here makes it a little bit clearer. So it says, so if you look at the software library itself, it consists of ITK and VTK functionalities, and plus some functionalities that MITK itself provides that build on these functionalities. So all these are just a set of functions, right? So this is the MITK software library, and if you also include this Qt, which is like a GUI framework, and CTK, the common toolkit, which is a plugin framework, then we have this application where we can interact with things and add new plugins of our own and so on. So for me, I'm going to use it, I think, at this level, at the application level, where we will have the application of MITK and we will have an additional plugin for the functionality that I want to add to it, and then hopefully, and that functionality can again call these functions from this library, sure, and it can also add functions of its own and add functions from other libraries and so on. So that's the idea. And yeah, here it describes the components of ITK and VTK. So ITK is the registration segmentation algorithms, but no visualization. VTK is the visualization part of it, interacting with it and so on, the code for that. CTK is the plugin framework, so you can add a new plugin, and you can define how the plugin should behave, what should happen when you click something in that plugin and so on. And then the GUI is provided by the Qt framework, and these are the main libraries, the four of them. And then there are other libraries also which we can add to it, and there's a list of that that you can add to it. Okay, and based on these libraries, MITK can provide all these functionalities, high-level interaction. So interaction is anyway provided with VTK, but MITK, I suppose, adds certain things to it and so on, right? And specialized medical imaging algorithms, again, the ones which are provided with ITK, and then you can add something to it. And then this is what the entire idea of MITK. It does not want to reinvent what ITK and VTK are already doing, but use those and add certain more things and provide certain um, you know specific functionalities. But why would ITK and VTK not do that by themselves? Because they want to do it, they're focusing ITK only on without the visualization, and VTK with the visualization, only the visualization, and somehow maybe some functionalities are such that you can only implement them once you have both of them together. And then this is where MITK is trying to step in, and this is where I would also like to step in and develop a certain module, right? And then okay, what MITK supports, uh, as well as 3D data, time data, expandable by plugins, which is what I would like to do. Standard tools for medical imaging as default plugins, some plugins that it already provides as default, and many specialized modules on different topics. So this is what people have done. The MITK people have done, but now they are also they've made it such that other people like me and anyone can also develop their own modules, their own plugins, their own functionalities, whatever you want to call it. So this is about the architecture of MITK, and in the next one I'll try to understand how to set up MITK and then proceed in this way. So let's stop here.